break them up. Always keep this as dry as possible. Okay, so I'm looking at the percentages here. It's 10% magnesium and 12% sulfur. So I'm going to go a little bit light with this because we're also adding zinc as a trace mineral, and it also has some sulfur. So I don't want to overdo the sulfur here. This is what I started out at. And this time I'm going to actually get down and be very precise in the amount that I'm delivering. And if I have big crystals, I'm just going to reach in and break them up. Better to under-apply than to over-apply. Better to under-apply than to over-apply at this stage. Okay, so that's what I ended up with here. I started out with it, but I still have plenty left. And then, what is this?
That's the milky spore.
That's the milky spore, okay.
So growing beetles at the base of a tree.
Right.
So they're getting killed by beetles.
What a beautiful thing that you have this. We're not going to need a lot of this either. So this is what I'm starting out at. A lot of because everything's mulched, like where they're going to want to be is the unencumbered area here that we're leaving open. Like they'll come up, they'll drop down immediately, they'll want to be right there. So I'm going to focus the application of this closer to the tree, and then we're going to give a little bit underneath the mulch. This is an amazing thing here that we have, this milky spore. Okay, that's enough. That's what I have left. Okay, now we have the zinc sulfate, which I brought over. I'm going to leave the bag here. And we're going to be very careful about applying this because we've already applied sulfur in the magnesium sulfate and in the gypsum, the calcium sulfate. So, but we need zinc, but we don't need a lot of zinc here. And we want to be careful about over applying sulfur right now because we've got it in 3 amendments. Okay, this is what I'm going to start out as. Again, I'm going to get it over the top of the tree. Notice how little we're actually applying of these things, but we're getting it evenly spread. And zinc we do not want to over apply. But we know that we're very low out here, and we can add more later. Okay? Okay, so we just did the whole thing. That's what I ended up with afterwards. Okay. And then now the IMO. I think it'd be great if we had a hose. Do we have the ability to have a hose?
Most places.
Most places? At this point, what I'd like to see is a hose water all this down, like before we put on the IMO.
Okay.
So that would, and like, so you'll bring the hose out and you'll saturate this whole area, and then that'll like pull a lot of this mineralization down deeper into the soil, and it'll also give a wet environment for the IMO to want to live in as well. And then we would want to add, you know, like classically with the IMO application, we would want at least like have a watering can that has molasses with it as well.
OHN?
A little bit of OHN.
Not necessarily.
Well, it is necessary according to the formula.
It helps. Okay.
Yeah. So just, you know, like in 5 gallons, it's like a splash OHN,
Mm-hmm.
glug glug of molasses,
Okay.
and then mix them up. You know, like mix it, so, and then like 5 gallons of that would last this whole row or half the row or something like that.
Okay.
So here's what we started out with IMO 4, and we'll make sure that we get a pretty good dusting right at the base of the tree. And now we're going out to here. Got a little windy, so I drop down. Let's use that amount of IMO. So one bag is going to be 25 trees or something like that. That's it.